Right, hey guys, this is my Walking Dead review of the title named Us, and so let's begin. This on the right side of the screen is Mary, as met in the last episode, and on the left side of the screen is a painting of what appears to be Mary that we discovered in an earlier episode. So here's a clearer version of it. As you can see, Michonne has discovered the image, and the right eye is crossed out and so is the mouth, suggesting that she might possibly be a cannibal, but you can see the resemblance with the hair and the clothes in general, really. So you get the idea that she is possibly a cannibal, and somebody's trying to warn the group that she is dangerous and shouldn't be messed with. So here's a clearer image right here, a close-up, less blurry image, and this basically just proves that she's possibly a cannibal because there seems to be blood everywhere around the mouth and the eye. So this could be like a Woodbury situation where one of them runs it, but because Gareth is now introduced, it is probably going to be the cannibals, no questions asked. Right. First of all, sorry for the bad quality on this image, but basically there's been some drama revolving around the fact that Mary might be wearing Beth's hoodie, but I can confirm that this isn't true because if you've been watching the previous episodes, you know when her hoodie got bloody, she took it off and got rid of it. So that's just to clear up some of the rumours going around. Right, on to the next piece. Okay, so I'm assuming that most people that are fans of The Walking Dead, and they've predicted that the terminus will be as this picture basically from the video game Walking Dead, where they seem like nice people but they actually kill or eat the injured, leave them in secret rooms, and then someone will discover it. So I've got a bit more proof after this, or not proof. Like, this image basically sums up what most of the Walking Dead community think has happened to Beth or is going to happen. It's just a funny little picture I found on Facebook, I believe. I think it's Facebook. Yeah, and basically saying that people think Beth has been killed and cooked, but I don't think the Walking Dead would just kill her like that. I think she's been cooked, but I think someone has to discover her body to make it have the Walking Dead feel. Let's backpedal a little bit. So in this episode of the picture you can see on the screen, Beth was kidnapped with this car from Daryl, and if you look close, I know it's a bit blurry, you can see what seems to be a cross in the back of the car, which can suggest if the TV series follows the comics, spoilers by the way, that that is Father Gabriel. And if I'm not going to tell you who Father Gabriel is, if you want to find out, I'll leave a link below, or I will or you could just search it on Google. Okay, so another thing, in the last episode named Us, this comment, so I'll read it out. Glenn lies to Maggie saying Tara found him on the road and helped him to get her, not saying anything about her being part of the governor's group. There is no way this is the last we'll hear it. So basically, if you remember back in before the mid-season finale when Herschel got decapitated, Tara was on the governor's side, and Rick directly asked her if she wanted this. She said, "You were the ponytails. Do you want this?" And so what will happen is, I think that when they get to Terminus and they see Rick will recognise her and then alert Maggie, and Maggie will go mental, mainly because Herschel was her father, obviously, and she would have wanted to murder the governor brutally. So I'll just bring up some proof here for you guys. Okay, so this one basically explains my last point. So someone says she was a part of the group that slaughtered Maggie's father in the most obscene way. Maggie watched it happen, Glenn didn't. Maggie probably would have shot her over it, so referring to Tara obviously. When they find Rick, he'll recognise her. He got a much closer look at her, and he even spoke to her. "You in the ponytails, is this what you want? Is this what any of you want? So this is just saying that Rick's aura and the controversy will begin when they all get to Terminus. So when Rick arrives, that's when everything's going to hit the fan at once. Right, so now let's just move on to my final thoughts on what I think is going to happen in the season 4 finale. So we can already tell that everything's going to hit the fan at once, but personally with this finale I don't think they have enough time with the 40 minutes they have a show to wrap everything or all the loose ends, because they have to about Beth, they have about Joe finding Rick, and Joe is suggested to be the rapist who wants to rape Carl, obviously, if you read the comics. If you don't read the comics, there is a website where you can read them for free. I'll leave that in the description if I remember. But what do I want to see in this finale? If I had a couple of things to say, I want to honestly see Beth be found as half eaten or something. Not in the because it's like sinister stuff. It's just I think it would make for a good finale for all the like gore and gruesome lovers of Walking Dead and all that. I want to see Rick go insane basically, because in the promo for the New Zealand promo, it's on YouTube by the way, the Joe is looking at Carl and Michonne's sort of comforting him. So maybe Joe was trying to Rick Carl, and Rick is going to go insane and just attack all of the marauders as they're called, and just hopefully kill them all. As for I've forgotten his name. Gareth, that's it. As for Gareth, I don't think he'd die. I think he's been in it too short of a time to die. Rick won't die. Carl won't die easily, because if he dies then Rick will have nothing. Michonne won't die. I can't see her dying anytime soon. Maggie's a possibility. The only person I think that's left to die in the comics, if I haven't read them all yet, is Glenn, but he's not going to be killed for a while. So just a spoiler there if you do like Glenn. Tyrese was already meant to have died in the comics. He was meant to be in Herschel's place. He was meant to have his head cut off, but they took Herschel instead. So let me know down below what you think is going to happen, who you want to survive and who you want to die. What do you think about Terminus? Do you think they are cannibals, or do you think it's something different? Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help us out, and me and Taylor here. And make sure you mention down below what you want to see from us next, because we will do this every time an episode's released. So thank you for watching the video, guys, and goodbye.